My 8.88 million brethren, we have done it. King of Games in Rush Duel on the first day. I had to do the joke there. Hey guys, Sonic Smash right here, and it is finally time to look at something from Go Rush. Although, the thing we're looking at isn't quite the beast it used to be. For those not in the know, Galactica Fusion, when it first dropped, was pretty much the best deck of the format. It was so busted. The skills add from outside of deck effect was twice per duel. Transom Climb wasn't limit 3'd yet, although who really cares about that? And also, we just didn't have nearly as much as we do now. We didn't have much in the way of back row either, which, you know, I'd argue really helped. But now with the amount of stuff we have, it's not quite what it once was. However, UDS can absolutely still do a lot of things. This is essentially what I like to call Rush's first true combo deck in Duel Links. So, let's take a look at Galactica Fusion with the skill of choice, Galactica Fusion Draw. This can be activated from turn 2 and onward, and all of the monsters in your constructed deck are Galaxy-type monsters. Once per turn, send up to 2 level 7 light attribute monsters and or fusion cards from your hand to the graveyard, then draw the same number of cards. If you set Galactica Oblivion to the graveyard by this effect, you can also add Explorer, Secret Order, or Fusion from outside of your deck to your hand once per duel. So, let's start this off with Triple Transom Raika. Yes, I am going to be using the Japanese names any chance I get here, because some of these name changes are kind of just nowhere near as iconic. Anyway, Transom Raika. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard and choose 1 face-up light attribute Galaxy-type monster on your field. This turn, that monster inflicts piercing battle damage. If you have Transom Raika face-up on your field, you can change the battle position of 1 face-up monster on the opponent's field. I wish this also worked on face-down monsters sometimes, but what can you do, what can you do? Triple Explorer. Send the top 2 cards in your deck to the graveyard. This card gains 300 attack points until the end of this turn. If you have 5 or more Galaxy-type monsters in your graveyard, you can also add a Galaxy-type normal monster and or fusion from your graveyard to your hand. So, big body, recovery, gets more monsters in the graveyard, which is what we want, and it has a really good fusion too. What more could you ask for? Triple Star Trailio. If you have no other monsters on your field during the turn you normally summon this card, activate the top 3 cards of your deck, send all activated Galaxy-type monsters to the graveyard. Place the other cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. And Triple Galactica Eve. If you have no other monsters on your field, send the Galaxy monster with 1600 or more attack points in your hand to the graveyard. Send this card from your field to the graveyard and draw 1 card. If you have 3 or less monsters in your graveyard, draw 1 additional card. These are all ways to get monsters into the graveyard as fast as possible, which we want. You'll see why later. On to normal monsters with the big man himself, Galactica Oblivion. 3 of these. 2500 in both stats, really good. Level 7 normal monsters, so it can be brought back with Secret Order, which is an absolute beauty, you'll see why later. And it has one of the more scary win conditions in the game with its fusion, which is really dangerous. Triple Transom Raika. 1600 attack beat stick, I almost said 1500 there, but then I realized, wait, no, this is the first 1600 wood known in Rush history. Well, not counting legend cards like Magician's Valkyria, although I don't even know if that was out at the time yet, now that I think about it. But for a level 4 to have 1600 attack at multiple copies, at the time, this was unheard of. And the one Cosmo Titan is in here mainly because I wanted a 10th way to activate the skill, and also, it's another body that can be brought back with Secret Order if necessary, so this is pretty good. That's it for monsters. On to spells and traps, we have the Triple Secret Order. Special summon 1 level 7 normal monster from your hand or graveyard face up to your field. This turn, the monster special summoned by this effect gains 700 attack points and cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap card effects. Very useful. It's kind of like 3 extra normal summons in a way if you think about it. Pot of 3, we don't know what it does, but in reality we do. Draw 2 cards. Again, kinda hope this gets banned at some point, because it over-centralizes deck building sometimes. Double Universal Storm. If you have a face-up Galaxy-type monster on your field, destroy 1 spell trap card in the opponent's field. So, I ended up originally, cutting these out, to play more Cosmo Titans, and then I cut 2 Cosmo Titans out to put these back in, simply because Shiny Shady is everywhere. We can't really get into a way to force the situation a lot of the time if we're just using Space Fusion Extra Plasma. Well, Space Fusion Extra Plasma, I kind of tripped over my words there. Either way, just having one form of forcing background interactions isn't enough, especially when it gives up so many resources. You need a quick and easy way to get rid of them, and this just so happened to fit the bill. Talismanic Seal Array. Shuffle 4 monsters from your grave into the deck. One face-up monster in the opponent's field loses attack equal to its level times 200 until the end of this turn. Without this, you automatically lose the Supreme Beast Team Magnum Overlord. You have no way to activate Eternal Galactica Oblivion, nothing else can run this over, and you can't get multiples onto the field without polymerization, which we don't play. So, Seal Array is essential. The hero draw engine for Beast Team is kind of stupid. Then again, it's stupid for everything, let's be real here. So, we need a way to just get to this as fast as possible. We need something that can out it. This is our one chance to do so, and you gotta make it count. Triple Fusion. Fusion summoned by sending face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard as fusion material. And lastly, for our one trap, we do have Trap Hole. When your opponent normal summons a monster with 1,000 or more attack points, destroy that monster. So here's the deal. Battle Phase back row is kind of useless these days. We have things like Music Princess, which can just summon Ensemble Fighter to deny back row, or Full Orchestra, their fusion with Ensemble Fighter to just blow up the entirety of the back row. Materian Ashura Star is still very much a thing. We still have Jointech Rex running around because Jointech is doing really, really good. Ancient Gear Golem because Jointech can run that. There's so many ways to get around Battle Phase back row or just outright get rid of it before it even gets a chance to be used. We'd rather run Trap Hole because of that. Anyway, on to the extra deck, starting with Eternal Galactica Oblivion. 2 of these. Shuffle 5 Galaxy-type monsters from your graveyard into the deck. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. This turn, this card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap card effects. Also, you can make this card gain attack points equal to the number of monsters in your graveyard times 300 until the end of this turn. Yeah, it doesn't say you can do that, but you can choose not to. Why would you ever? But you can indeed choose not to, I guess. Space Fusion Extra Plasma, once again, 2 of these. Send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard, destroy 1 spell trap card in the opponent's field, so more back row removal, always good. And triple Galactica Fuse Eve. Place 1 fusion for your graveyard at the top or bottom of the deck, and draw 1 card. Then, special summon 1 Galaxy-type normal monster from your graveyard, face up to your field, if you so choose. You don't have to, and sometimes you might not want to, actually. Depends on the play you're making. That's it for the deck. Let's get on to replays, shall we? Anyway, this got kind of annoying for a while. You'll see what I mean. So, a countless amount of attempts later, yeah, I was getting really unlucky. For some reason, Rush just seems to really hate me. I don't know why. So, I was at this last night for 5 hours straight.
I believe that this duel will lead to
and this was coming fresh in from Gold 5. I'm only counting the Gold 5 time. I got into Gold 4 before maintenance, pretty much in like 5 to 10 minutes, got from Gold 4 to Gold 5, and then it was 5 hours of absolute pain from there.
I activate Galactic Cleave the Rip Transamlytic. Cleave Transamlytic. I set a card.
Now, Music Princess, I can definitely handle. Spoiler alert, even Music Princess uses the hero draw engine with Elemental Hero Avion. And so, here we go. Time for the funny. And we're already getting hit with this. Yeah, here comes Ensemble Fighter. And just bad voice line delivery. Listen to it in the 7's dub proper, it's so much cleaner.
I activate my trap.
Yeah, this is their way of getting around battle phase back, bro, so screw you, I'm going for trap hole.
It's my turn. Valkyrian draw. All right. Tribute summon.
So that's your plan. Did you
No! You just played right into my plan, buddy.
I activate my trap.
From my hand, I activate.
You completely and utterly fell for it. And so, Galactica Oblivion. Admittedly, this is a pretty sick design.
Transmlika. I activate Transmlika's effect.
You know, from a glance, you really can't tell that that's the prismatic one.
Beacon of destiny.
Not very easily, anyway.
Cleave the Transmlinic. It's time to battle.
And this is another beautiful thing. Because most of your best monsters in Galactica are normal monsters, you don't care about Shiny Shady as often as you think you would. Because simply put, since they're all normal monsters, they can't be flipped face down. Meaning you can easily play around the fact that Shiny Shady exists. So, speaking of the Hero Draw Engine, Miss Mutton, or if you're going by its Japanese name, Meek-chan.
I will learn
The Rick. Let's see what you.
Udius
Get ready
Velgi.
for the
Go rush!
It's my. I draw.
And so,
I set a monster.
yeah, this is about to get a little ridiculous.
Monster. I set a monster. I end my
I believe
turn.
it's now my turn. Valkyrie. From my hand, I activate.
It's too
Alright.
funny, pot of
I
grade.
summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect.
Well, that was unfortunate. But anyway, something worth mentioning here, I guess, is that Udius in Duel Links dub is nothing like he is in sub in both this and the anime, as well as the anime dub. He is such a silly character. He is amazing. Watch Go Rush for yourself, you'll understand. So, I try to do the funny thing and go for piercing and then proceed to go for big number. About that.
It's time to attack Transmlinic.
Play, man!
I attack with my monster. Destroy them. Attack. I end my turn.
It's my turn. I draw. From my hand.
And so, Elemental Circulation, basically Hero's Graceful Charity, had 3 copies, but Graceful Charity is banned for a reason.
Activate my step card.
Yes, I have literally seen them, on more than one occasion, go through all 3 Elemental Circulations
Flip
and
turn.
Pot of Greed in the same turn.
Let's back take this. I end my turn.
Also, yeah, Udius and Yuhi both sub and dub, in both Duel Links and the anime,
Activate my spell.
call out the amount of damage they take when they take a hit. It's amazing.
Galactica Eve. This rush duel will help me take. I activate my spell.
And so,
Fusion summon.
Galactica
I
Fusion.
activate my monster's effect. Fly in. Now.
Galactica Oblivion.
Summon Galactica Eve. I activate my spell card. Fusion. I'm counting on you. Fusion summon. I activate my monster's effect. I activate my monster's effect.
And so, let's just do it again.
Galactic. I activate my spell card. Nothing'll break me.
And so,
Not
time for
nightmares,
big number.
Not even fate. Pave the path. Eternal Galactica Oblivion. I activate Eternal Galactica Oblivion's effect.
Now, I ask you one thing. How many times has this happened to you?
From my hand.
I'll have you know I'm 100
activate
short
my spell card.
because I milled a fusion.
Fly in.
I wasn't breathing right. My nose is stuffed.
My skills and abilities have greatly improved.
But your luck certainly hasn't. I swear, every time I need a set amount of monsters from the mill to push for game, the deck always finds a way to mill mostly or only spells. You're gonna see the absolute worst of it later, and I ask once again, how many times has that happened to y'all? Seriously. So, more Music Princess Hero Draw Engine. Again, Music Princess I can handle pretty well. It's Joint Tech, Red Boot, Viper and D, because I swear they mill like absolute gods, and Void Dog in particular that I'd say are pretty bad matchups. The stuff's pretty solid in the 7s though, most of the time.
I told
Udius Velgear.
Let's see what you can do. Get ready for the rush.
Well, here we go again. Except, no we don't. Fusion. Universal Storm. At least I'm pretty sure that was Fusion. Yeah, Fusion, Universal Storm, 3 level 7s going first. That is truly the hand of all time, folks.
From my hand, I act.
But somehow he also bricked.
Now, I summon a monster. I activate my spell card. I activate my monster's effect.
And so I opt to play around Shiny Shady.
The celestial stars fly in. Cleave the rivers of the galaxy with your sword of light. Transamlytic. From my hand,
I'll focus on my breathing and
yeah, remember how I said before that normal monsters cannot be flipped face down by Shiny Shady? There you go. And now for the deck where I swear its player base keeps getting worse by the day, and I say this as somebody who mains this thing. 7s. Yeah, I kind of gave up on Beast Team for the moment because, honestly, it's just not able to cut it. It's too slow without the Hero Draw Engine, and I personally hate the Hero Draw Engine with a passion.
I've come to Earth to save the Velgirian Star Cluster. Udius Velgear.
Ready for the rush! I'm gonna I draw! I set a monster! I'm with that,
it's
my turn!
Anyway, yeah. Once again, I swear to you, the 7's player base gets so absurdly bad.
I activate my monster's effect.
So I kind of ended up just playing this completely wrong.
Alright. I summon Alright. I activate my monster's effect.
Also, ouch, lost the 1 seal. I should have grabbed Cosmo Titan and then done Secret Order on Galactica Oblivion. But hindsight's 2020, what can you do?
From my hand, join me.
This is kind of why I like having the Cosmo Titan.
I attack Galactica Oblivion. Take away their
moments like this can really help.
That ends my turn.
Here I go. I draw. From my hand, I activate amazing
Okay, here's the sad part.
Amazing Dealer activates his effect.
You had 2 7-star witches.
That was a tremendous duel.
And Pot of Greed. Instead of activating skill, then activating Pot of Greed, then activating Amazing Dealer, you chose to use Pot of Greed, then pitch the only cards you had for the skill, apparently, because otherwise you wouldn't have surrendered right there. Like, people, why are you not activating Pot of Greed after you do your skill searches? I swear, once again, the 7's player base finds a way to get worse by the day. And so for the rank-up game, the first time I could get a rank-up attempt in the 5 hours I went through this absolute nightmare, fittingly enough, we've got a rival matchup. Galactica Fusion, Void Milk Fusion. Fortunately, it's the easier matchup of the 2 Void Milk matchups. Tearfang is easily the worst of the 2. I'd almost argue it could be an auto-lose.
Zwyjo's Will Velgear.
Unless you get absurdly lucky and basically open trap hole.
I summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect. I set a
Because
monster.
Chrysor is
I
just...
set a monster.
That thing
I
is
set
not
a
okay.
card. I'll set a card. That ends my
So,
turn.
fortunately, because I only have one monster on the
I
field,
draw.
Chrysor
You
cannot
will
activate.
Void Belt Cataphract. A cataphract activates its effect. The skirt. Make way. I activate Void Belt. Void Belt. Hail right.
So, my question is, why did you wait?
The Phantom
Why did you just do it right away instead of waiting to send up your Bale Riders and have 3 monsters on the field, and then activate Void Belt Requiem? Were you just that scared of Galactica Oblivion that you just baited yourself into thinking that's what it was?
2000. I believe it's now my turn. Valkyrian.
Either way, this hand right here, I see a perfect opening.
I'm counting on you. I activate my monster's effect. I'm counting on you. I summon. I'll activate this.
One secret order, I've got another one waiting.
I activate my spell card. Fusion.
Again, at first glance, you really can't tell that's a prismatic.
Not blades, nightmares, not eternal.
But if there's any chance I have to go in, it's now. This is my only opportunity. And again, how many times has this happened to you? Check this out. Fusion, Pot of Greed, Universal Storm. Out of all the things you could have given me, it wasn't more of my many monsters. Oh no. It wasn't like any more of my, at that point in time, 14 other monsters. You choose to mill only my spells. The amount of times that's happened, I swear, like, granted, it's gonna be enough because of the secret order and the seal array, but
this changes nothing.
yeah, if this doesn't prove Rush just hates me, what will?
This changes nothing.
Had to rant there for a second, but with an illuminating crash, Eternal Galactica Oblivion, fittingly enough, is gonna be the one to do it.
You haven't changed. Always dreaming of tomorrow. But
That
you need
was
to learn
panic-inducing
that
for all the
dreams
wrong
aren't
reasons.
reality.
Zuijo, I came to Earth to end the war.
It's Zuijo, get it
Continue
right.
it.
Anyway, Galactica Fusion in King of Games on the first day, although I question why it's not called King of Duels. This is Rush after all. Anyway, so, like I said, this is nowhere near the beast it used to be. It's no longer the absolute, uncontested best deck of the format like it once was. But it's still very powerful. It's still fast, it still does a lot of damage with Eternal Galactic Oblivion on top of the other options you have. It has plenty of ways to just turbo through the deck. But, as of now, it is also a glass cannon. You don't have much room for back row without giving up important stuff. You basically can't run any of the good back rows because most of them are battle phase, which is kind of useless at this point, and the only other good back row is compulsory, which is limit 1, so since we have to play Pot of Greed, we can't exactly make the most of it. I do still think compulsory should come off the list, because it is, yes, a strong trap, but it's also strong in a way that balances the format out. Either way, there's still so much this can do. The amount of speed this has, the raw board presence it can command at times, it's definitely still powerful. It's still very strong. And if you're looking for something that's really fast, really effective at doing what it wants to do, while also still having plenty of ways to just, like, turbo, go literally, like, again, lightning fast, have some of the higher base damage output, while also having a decent way to play around Shiny Shady, one of the most common traps in the game, if not the most common trap at this point, then this definitely still works. It's still really good. I will state, I no longer think it's, like, even top 3. It's probably top 5, though. It's still really, really, really good. Definitely worth considering. But with that, that's all I really have to say. Until the next video, whatever it may be, from the 8.88 million Belgarians on the Belgier Riva, and from Udius, later guys.